Okay, so this is a picture that I generated using the Gemini and Nano Banana model on the Gemini platform. It is a great picture and was inspired by the Kurzgesagt video animation on YouTube. Honestly, it looks really cool. And by the way, if you are interested, I have made a tutorial on how you can achieve this style or this effect using Gemini and Nano Banana on my channel. You can check it out. But the thing that I want to discuss in this video is the limitation of the Gemini editing capability, because right now the only way you can modify something on the scene is by providing the picture, and then you can tell AI about what you want to change. For example, please remove the building from the bottom right corner of the picture. Okay, so that's my prompt because I want to remove this building. And sometimes, depending on your picture, depending on how complex it is or perhaps how specific the request was, then you can use some markers to identify the area that AI must modify. So that can be quite cumbersome, especially if you want to iterate a lot. But there is one option that will help you to speed up the process of editing a picture using AI. So you can change something, you can remove something, you can change the size, the position, and many other things, and you don't have to prompt at all, and it is way more intuitive. So I was talking about the feature in the Canva platform, so it's really cool. So this is the same picture, but I can just click on that building and then remove it. I can remove this building, this, or maybe this, and then maybe this one, and then I got a completely different scene. So it was, of course, being powered by AI, and this is one cool implementation, and it kind of reminds me to the Canva image layer model. It is AI that can separate multiple elements on the picture, so you can drag and drop them into a different location. It's really cool, and now we have an implementation of that technology in Canva. Now, I don't know if they're using the same model or perhaps they're using their in-house AI model, but regardless, it is achieving the same thing. You can move elements from a picture. It is way better, way faster than manually prompting AI, which will take quite a while, and also it's still prone to error, even though AI is getting better, but it prone to error. So I'm going to show you on how you can use this really cool feature in Canva. And by the way, you don't have to subscribe to the pro variation or the business version of Canva. This is a feature that you can access regardless of your subscription plan. Now, first, you can open canva.com and you can log into your account. So right here, you can click this button that says Magic Layers, and then you can upload or select the image that you want to modify, or you can also just open, let's say, a whiteboard. Here I'm going to just use my whiteboard, and then I'm going to do a quick demo on how you can use it. But also there are a few limitations that you need to be aware of, because even though in some ways it is better than using, let's say, Gemini to edit picture, and by the way, it seems to be taking forever to modify this picture. I'm not quite sure why. Okay, yeah, it looks fine, but it is not exactly what I want. So that's exactly the point, right? Sometimes you're not getting what you want, and that's the current limitation of generative AI. So here, basically, you can upload your picture. Let me just move on to a different section. And I actually have plenty of pictures. So let me try something like, okay, I'm going to use this Kurzgesagt scene again. It looks just striking. I like the color and the art direction of the picture. So this is a sort of traffic jam scene. It looks, well, really well made. Of course, it was made by the Gemini model. Now, let's say I want to remove something from this picture. I want to remove this truck because it seems to be going to a different direction, or perhaps maybe this car. It's also kind of going to a different direction. So to edit the picture, you can click on the image, go to edit, and then here under Magic Studio, there is an option called Magic Layers. Just click it and just wait for AI to separate the elements on the picture, and just wait for several seconds for it to finish. And then later, there is going to be a bunch of elements or subjects in the picture that you can drag and drop into a different area. You can even resize it. You can individually modify the picture, because now instead of acting as a single picture, it is now going to be a sort of canvas with many elements. It's almost like layers in Photoshop, but of course now we are using Canva. And as you can see, we got lots of different things that we can move around. For example, this car, I can remove it from the scene, or maybe I can remove perhaps this car. I can remove this because it's kind of off. And now we got a slightly different scene, or maybe this car, I can remove it. And yeah, it's kind of overlapping with this truck. So I guess I can move the layer to the back. There you go. So sometimes there are a few adjustments that you have to make to keep the scene to be as logical as possible. Okay, it looks really cool. And yeah, of course you can enlarge certain items. Like here, I can make this woman really big, but be careful because you don't want to make it look blurry. There is a limit on how much extra size that you want to add. Otherwise, you will see a picture that's so pixelated and blurry like this. So make sure that you are aware of that limitation. And yeah, it looks amazing. Now, here's something that some people missed when they're using this feature. I'm going to give you another example. So I have this ad picture that again was created by the Gemini model, and I want to modify the text. Is it possible? Well, yes, it is also possible. I'm going to click it, click edit again, Magic Studio, click Magic Layers, and then just wait for several seconds to let AI to analyze the scene, and then later you will have the option to modify the text. So it's able to select to separate the text, and the text is becoming editable. You can modify it, you can change the letter, change the font. Now, speaking about font, it will try to match the font that might be available on its platform. It is not going to be 100% the same, but it's usually good enough and close enough. Okay, as you can see, I can change the, a lot of things here, like the text, the background, the main subject, and well, there are quite a lot of things. Even this steaming gas, I can move it around. That's really cool, honestly. And yeah, I mean, we can do a lot of things with this technology. Now, let's talk about one limitation that you need to be aware of, because despite being able to help you modify a picture really quickly, it's not perfect. So I'm going to provide one example. So I have maybe let's try this picture, and this picture alone should give you an idea about how you should be using the Magic Layers on Canva. I'm going to edit it again. I'm going to click Magic Layers. It's just a picture of a girl taking a photo in the park, and it looks normal, but you'll see that there are a few problems that will be quite noticeable on this picture. Okay, finally it is done. Now, let me just compare it to the original picture. Okay, so on the left side is the original picture. The right side is the one that has been separated by AI. Okay, let's tackle the most obvious. This text, it used to be colorful. The word hello used to be colorful, but here it's not. Okay, and also it's not very good when it comes to an angled text. Like, it's actually slightly skewed right here, but when you separate it using Magic Layers, it's going to be just flat, straight text. It's not going to be angled. That's one problem. Secondly, no, I can remove this. I can remove this picture, or maybe this, or maybe move it around. But as you can see, this book it should be behind the hand of this woman, right? But if I right click and then set it to the back, unfortunately it is becoming invisible, because this woman, this person, is now the whole thing. Like the hand and the body are one thing. They are not separated. So that's one thing to watch out. And also, when the background is very complex, I think it's not wise to just move that big object from the scene. Like in this case, you can tell that this is not a good in painting job. It is really bad, and I believe that they're not using Quen model, because as far as I know, the Quen model from Alibaba is actually very good at image editing. So I think Canva is using their in-house model. That's why we still saw this big problem when a massive subject or element was removed from the scene. So when you are trying to use magic layers and there is a big thing that you want to move around or you want to remove, be sure that the background or the thing that was invisible but now visible is still reasonable and not like a bad editing in the final picture. So that's basically everything that you need to know about this really cool AI feature from Canva. And yeah, there are plenty of plenty of pictures that you can modify, and I actually have tried many different pictures and they seems to be working really well. And yeah, it's a great feature to use if you are using Canva. And of course, if you want to speed up the process of editing, it is also a feature that I highly recommend to start using. But anyway, that's basically it, and I hope you learned something from this video. And if you still want to learn other things about AI, some really cool things that you can do with the current state of AI, then go ahead, check out this video up here, and I'll see you there.